It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in today's video, we're going to do part 2 of my max testing with Corvus and Morrigan on Facebook. And like part 1, we have a special little tweak to the team fight testing. Instead of testing these teams against top level quote-unquote meta teams like a Kark team and a Twins team and all of that, I'm going to test Corvus and Morrigan in different matchups against the top 5 defending teams in Arena on my server. And the reason for this is if I were to do videos basically just throwing these teams at, you know, the meta teams, it's not going to make any difference to you on your server if you don't see any Twins teams, or you don't see any Kark teams, or you don't see any Jew teams on your server. You know, who cares if Corvus and Morrigan can beat a Satori team if there's no Satori teams in the top 10, top 50, top 100, whatever. So what we've got here is we've got the top 5 defending teams, defending players on my new Facebook account, and I'll show you what account that is a little bit later. Yeah, so we got 5 teams, and they're all pretty okay. Different from the first video. We're gonna see if we can beat them. Let's begin. First of all, we have Guang, and he's in rank 1. He's got a Yasmin team. So to start, we're gonna start with Corvus and Morrigan. So I'm gonna do the Yasmin teams. I'm actually gonna do 2 options. I'm gonna try to beat him without Helios. And if I can't beat him without Helios, then I'll just throw Helios in and counter him. But with this right here, what I want to do, I've got an Astaroth, which means you want to try to tear through that armor and defenses as quickly as possible. I do like the fact that he's a double healer, so I think a little bit more offense might be good. But because of Yasmin's high physical damage, I'm going to use Martha in the back, and to kind of slow down Yasmin a little bit, I think I'm going to use Jorgen. I think we're going to try this outfit first. You know what? Yeah. Let's just try this. Let's just try this. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We got a little bit of dodge, a little bit of energy slowdown. Again, the point of this is to see if I can beat the top meta teams. You know, building a team of my own. And looks like Corvus is going to go down too quick. Yeah, Corvus goes down too quick for this. And then, of course, everybody else is just going to follow suit right behind. Not going to work. We're going to go ahead and skip this fight. So let's try something else. Of course, we're going to keep with Corvus and Morrigan. We're going to use Helios. I don't think we really need a healer in Martha, but we can use it. And we're going to go ahead and keep Ching Mao in there. See if this changes anything. The addition of Helios, it might, you know, cause Yasmin to basically commit suicide, and she does. So, you know, Corvus slowly being healed back up. So just the addition of Helios is going to counter most Yasmin teams. You know, if you come up against the Yasmin team, 9 times out of 10, throwing Helios in, if you can keep that Helios alive of equal level, it's going to win it. So let's go over this. So this is the first one. You can see Ching Mao did a ton of damage, Yasmin did a ton of damage, but we lost. And here's the win. See, Corvus did a ton of damage that time. Ching Mao did a bunch. Helios didn't do as much. As I thought that he would, but we still came out with a win. So that was Guang. In second place, we have JBC Why Not. And JBC Why Not is using a Cleaver Martha build, using Daredevil on Facebook, which is interesting. So same kind of situation here. I could probably use Helios and just, you know, be fine. Could just be fine. But since this guy has chosen to use Jorgen on defense, he's made that mistake. We're going to use Satori. And typically you wouldn't use Satori with Cleaver Cleaver and Morrigan. Corvus and Morrigan, but we're going to in this situation. In fact, we're going to use a classic Satori setup with Satori, Celeste, Martha in the back. A lot of times you see Astaroth with these, but we're going to use this team to start first. We're going to try this out. I think that we may be able to be pretty effective with this lineup. We have magic attack with Celeste going up constantly. We have a little bit of blocked healing. If we can get Cleaver down quick enough before he becomes effective, really, you know, Sebastian keeping Jorgen alive with the Foxfire marks, we may be okay. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be fine. So a pretty simple, straightforward Satori team. If you do like building Satori, oh, we might have enough defense here. No, surely We timed out. We timed out. I'm sorry, I said defense. Maybe we don't have enough offense. We did not have enough offense. Interesting. Interesting. So Celeste Martha is not the play. It's not the play. And since Celeste died so quickly, I think that's who we swap out. I think that's who we swap out. So we're going to keep Corvus Morrigan, obviously. We're going to keep Satori in there. We're going to keep Martha in there. And I think what we might do... How about... Let's do Faceless. Let's do Faceless to give Satori a little bit of magic penetration. Let's see what happens here. The trick is, we got to kill that Sebastian. Well, the Faceless is dead. Okay, this team did even worse. Looks like a nice little setup here. Looks like a nice little setup. But, you know, this being a crit hero, probably just going to win using Helios. I don't know. Let's just throw this in there and see how it goes. Let's just see how this goes with Helios. Pretty foregone conclusion that anytime you have a crit team using Sebastian and Daredevil, Sebastian is going to be very weak to Helios. Same with Daredevil, who is a big time crit hero. Anytime Sebastian is going to give everyone on your team critical hit, Helios is going to be a solid counter. And we can see here, if we have enough defense, which I'm not sure that, I'm sorry, enough offense, which again, I'm not sure that we do. Jorgen's down. Let's see if we can drop Martha in time. Just barely make it. Just barely make it. Tough team, though. Really tough team. I like that team a lot. Very surprising. Very surprising using Daredevil that it lasts so long. But check this out. So Corvus did a ton of damage, way more than Helios did again. But Helios is coming in clutch against critical hit teams. Pretty solid counter. And the reason why I wanted to not use Helios is because it's the obvious counter. Kind of like how Morrigan is an obvious counter to Astaroth. And a lot of the area of effects teams using Kira is obviously countered with Corvus. But for the sake of this video, we're using Corvus and Morrigan. We got the win on rank 2 JBC. Why not? Let's check out Carl DeGrosse using an Aurora Dodge team. This team is going to be severely weakened without having pets. None of these team fights are using pets. But one of the things that have become quickly overpowered in the game of Hero Wars on Facebook is Dodge teams. And really the effectiveness of this team overall is just going to be a whole lot weaker because, I mean, Kane is so strong. But we're going to start here. We're using that, got that enemy Jorgen. Let's use Sebastian to protect our team a little bit. And we're going to use Martha since this is a high physical attack team. Actually, Thea would be strong too. Thea would be really strong. I could also use Rufus. I mean, what would happen if I threw Rufus in here? This might not be enough damage output, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I can block a lot of this damage output from Aurora using Rufus's shield. Wouldn't that be funny? Let's see what happens. So Kira's going to die pretty quick. Let's see if we have enough damage to beat everything else into submission with as much as they're going to dodge. I don't think that we have enough damage output to do it. Their Qing Mao is dead. Their Aurora is dead. Again, we're stuck with Martha and Jorgen. Does this team have enough offense to take down Martha and Jorgen in time? It does not look like it will. Coming in last couple of seconds, not going to do it. Not going to do it. All right, so not going to do it. Not going to do it. Let's try something else here. So another tank that goes in front of Corvus is Chaba, and I think Chaba is going to be key to countering a lot of these Aurora Dodge team decks. Okay, so let's do that. Let's try Lian. Okay, we have 2 area of effect hitting heroes with Aurora and Kira, so let's use Lian. And then for a healer, since we're trying to protect for magic attack, it seems we're more worried about that. Let's use Thea. All right, kind of a strange team here, but let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Hopefully Chaba will swallow Aurora, taking her out of the fight enough, unless she just outright dodges his swallow. Chaba's going to die. Doesn't even get his ult off, so we're in trouble. We're in trouble here, guys. All in all, it looks like this server has got much better teams on defense against Corvus and Morgan than my main Facebook account does. Again, you can see the tank being turned and fighting a skeleton, showing the strength of Morrigan. Just a fantastic hero, but still, we're stuck with these two. Oh, goodness. Okay, we're going to try a more offensive approach with Qingmao. That's the ticket. So we're going to do this. We are not going to counter dodge with dodge because I don't think that's fair. Thea stayed alive the whole time, so we're going to keep her in. And let's do our own Jorgen. Let's do our own Jorgen. See how this works. Maybe slow down the enemy Qingmao and Aurora a little bit. Down goes Kira pretty quick. Our Thea's already down. Our Qingmao's down. Okay, this team didn't work. I'm stumped, guys. I am stumped. How do we beat this team? How do we beat this team? Okay, let's resort to using our own Aurora. Let's try out this team that did so well on the main account. No healer here, but we've got Aurora and Peppy providing lots of fun. Aurora's down. Man, that our Aurora just can't compete with his Aurora. Our Dante's down, so we have no damage. Again, we're stuck dealing with... So the weakness of Corvus and Morrigan is not being able to close out the fight. We are a little closer to the end than we had been, but still, 20 seconds to fight this Martha down. It's just not enough with Martha's high heal over time and armor. How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? Let's try... Of course, we're going to stick with Corvus and Morrigan. Let's try Celeste to counter a little bit of healing. The problem is going to be keeping Celeste alive. Let's do Leon, and let's go ahead and use Thea. Now, ideally, Celeste is going to stay alive long enough, surviving Kira's attacks, to provide a lot of healing prevention in the back. If she can stay alive, which looks like she is, we can... Okay, there we go. Now, using Celeste, keeping Celeste up, even though Celeste hasn't switched back to dark form, maybe we can prevent enough healing. She switched to dark form really, really, really late. I don't think we're going to have enough damage. Again, not enough damage. How do we beat this team? How do we beat this team? I'm kind of at a loss. Let's go on. Let's go on to the fourth fight. Carl de Gross, you got us stumped. Let's go on to Thomas. So we have a Cleaver team, a Cleaver Peppy team. Cleaver Peppy means we use Aurora Peppy. We're just going to go back to this team here. I really like this setup a lot. You could probably get away with using, just about any attacking hero right here, but I like Dante with this team a lot. Qingmao would work, Elmir would work, but I like using Dante. Aurora and Peppy has seemed to frozen my game. We come back and everybody's dead. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what happened with all of that. Somehow Dante is still alive, but he falls. Okay, all right. So let's try that again. We'll try Qingmao instead. Qingmao, Martha, Aurora. Oh, you know what? We can't use Martha. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. We'll just keep Peppy out of it. See, there's not enough. Yeah, let's do Peppy. There's not enough physical attack to warrant using Martha. So let's go with this team. Aurora and Peppy to counter Cleaver and Peppy. And again, we seem to have broken the game. We come back. Our Corvus is dead. Their Cleaver and Peppy is dead. We've still got our damage dealer up. We still have our main tank up. We still have Morgan up. Morgan is crushed by Cornelius. Do we have enough damage to close it out between Martha and Cornelius? And it looks like we do. Very, very close. Very close. Okay, so in this fight, it wasn't actually Corvus and Morgan that did anything. It was mostly Qingmao and Aurora dodging, showing the power of dodge on Facebook. This is a lot messier. I'm having a lot harder time with these teams than I was with my other server. Probably because Galahad is so weak in comparison to some of these teams that they're using here. Just, it's so easy to counter Galahad compared to some of these others. So down goes Thomas in 2. Let's check out Warlord Duratan's team. We have an Aurora with a Ginger team. I like this team a lot. I do. So let's try with Aurora. You know what I kind of want to try? I kind of want to try... let's try Orion, Dorian, Helios. We haven't tried that team at all. I'm not sure where that team fits. It might fit here. I mean, there's no crit. There's no enemy critting anything happening, but I mean, magic against magic is not a good idea. But I'm hoping forcing Aurora to use her ability a ton is going to cause Corvus's altar to do a ton of damage. It does not do like I thought it was going to do. Man, using Aurora as a tank. Aurora is just so strong. We're not going to win that fight though. So let's try again with another variant against Warlord Duratan. We're going to stick with this, but we're going to do a physical team instead. We are going to go with Elmer. We're going to try out Elmer. We're going to use... let's see. Let's go with... maybe Astrid and Lucas to keep her stunned. And we'll go with Martha, since this is a lot of physical damage. Slowing down Aurora is the key. It used to be the case that you had to fear Ginger, but slowing down Aurora is the key. Ginger's down, so, you know, non-issue. Just really low health there. Can Elmer stay alive? Nope. All my attacking heroes are dead. And we're just not going to have enough time to counter this. So let's back out, back to the drawing board. Let's go back to Calder Gross. Let's take a look at some of these teams here. You know, Corvus, Morrigan, Rufus. That team almost won. This team almost won. So let's go back to that team. It had Rufus in it. Now, normally I wouldn't suggest using Rufus at all. He's probably okay on offense when you're not going up against an enemy Morrigan. Corvus, Morrigan, Rufus. Dodging is not good. Let's try Satori. Let's try Martha. Let's see what we can do about this. Let's try this out. And the reason why I want to do this is because there's no way to protect Jorgen from his Foxfire marks. Unfortunately, Satori died before he was able to fire off his ultimate. That is a bummer. We have no chance here. So we're going to skip that. Let's try the same thing, but without Rufus. We need a little stronger tank out front. So we're going to go ahead and put Chaba back out there. Nope. All right. Let's try this instead. The trick is keeping Satori alive. That's the trick. Unfortunately, not going to happen. Not going to happen. So we may have to face facts here. We may have to face facts and consider that maybe a couple of these teams are just unbeatable with Corvus and Morgan variants. I'm really not sure where I can go from here. You know, again, we get close, but it's not enough time. It's just not enough time. And there we are. There we are. Facing these Aurora teams are going to be a problem. I can already tell that facing these Aurora teams are going to be a problem. You know, looking at this, I mean, I know a team that'll beat it if we throw, you know, the new Kark variant that's kind of coming out. Let's see, where is, you know, this Kark variant is very strong. Without having dodge heroes, without having, I'm sorry, dodge pets, without having the addition of, you know, Merlin and everything else, this team just wrecks that team. Using this instead of Corvus and Morgan, I mean, I know that's not the point of the video, but, you know, here we are. Same thing with Warlord Duratan. Using Aurora, one of the better ways to fight Aurora is with a better Aurora team, and you know, if they're not going to build the right Aurora team and you're going to build the right Aurora team, then you're going to win. and it's just going to be, that's going to be the case. So here we go. Again, not a Corvus and Morrigan team. Just goes to show you that every team has a counter, and there are some teams that you just can't beat. So a little sneak peek at the Kark team that I'm building now. Kark is down. Is it enough? Do we have enough damage output between Aurora and Kai to finish them off? I think we do. 50 seconds left in order to kill Martha. This is the Kark team of the future. Let's kind of end it here. All right, so 5 up. We only were able to beat 3 teams with Corvus and Morgan. There's going to be a lot more work to be done with these 2 teams, Karl the Gross and Warlord Duratan. This Aurora team right here seems to be able to counter Corvus and Morgan pretty effectively. Same thing with this team right here. I guess maybe Corvus and Morgan just don't do well against Aurora teams on Facebook. Maybe that's the conclusion we need to draw. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comment section down below who you think we could use with Corvus and Morgan to counter an Aurora team. Seems like very difficult to beat. I don't have to worry about the Ginger and the Celeste and everything, and it looks like I have enough damage to get through the first couple of heroes, but those last 2, that Martha on the end, that Martha Jorgen on the back, just too tough. Just too much health, too much armor, too much magic defense to get through. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. So you may have noticed that I did all of this on my main account, on server 25. The reason for that is because on server 53, my baby Facebook account, where Guang and Why Not and these other, Warlord Duratan, all these heroes come from, is because I don't have all the heroes. I don't have the heroes on this baby Facebook account, right? So, just as a quick look, here they are. Here they are. With that being said, let's wrap the video up. I hope you enjoyed this max testing against my server's meta, quote-unquote meta. Take a look at upcoming videos talking about Corvus and Morgan, where I feel they fit in my tier list. We're going to do some Team Fight Tuesday with a Sebastian team, a Jasmine team, a couple of faceless videos coming up on the next week or so. So stay tuned for those. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.